Hello and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and Runescape 3, The Darkness of Hollowvale Quest. Alright, so in the last episode, Drezel told us there were some unusual noises outside, so let's go ahead and see what he's talking about. It's probably nothing. Old people like Drezel, trapped in a basement, lonely monks. I mean, they tend to... Oh, that's a penguin right there. Too bad I can't see that penguin from here. I should be able to spy on him, you'd think I could. All I want to do is just pull out my telescope. But that doesn't count. Oh, look at this. A weird little bush. There's something going on here. Is that a head? It sure looks like something. A leg. There's a leg in there. Uh-oh. Well, I got smacked by some hooded figures.
I told you to hide it properly. Not away? Now we've got more. We can't take him. It looks suspicious. Let's go. Have you got the tithe? Of course.
Werewolves, huh? Well, that's a wonderful little turn of events. Hey, Drezel, I figured out what the problem is. Werewolves have crossed the River Salve. Now, see, the thing is, that's not supposed to be even possible. Because the River Salve is supposed to be like holy water that keeps the evil of Mauritania confined to this region. Well, that doesn't appear to have worked anymore, so... in case you can't tell, that's really bad. Yep, long story short, that is really, really bad for the good citizens of Yelenor. Not so much for me, though, because I don't really care. I'm a Zerosian, alright? I don't care if these Saradominus kingdoms stay up and happy and keep their citizens safe. Oh no, I don't really care about that at all. They're all the enemy to me. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't really understand how Zeros thinks about that stuff, but I'm sure we'll find out once we finally free him. 6 months later. Alright, Drezel. Let's talk about something else. Did you find anything? Yes, a bit, but too much. How do you mean, Auric Pravus? But for the grace of Saradomin am I here now. Wow, again, weird old English sentences. That's like Shakespearean right there. But for the grace of Saradomin am I here now. I was attacked from behind. Did you see the assailants? Not clearly, but I believe they could have been werewolves, or at least a type of werewolf. This is terrible, terrible news! I have found a way to get across the Salve. I know, it's very worrying. I must make immediate preparations and meet with other members of my order. You must hurry directly to King Roald and impart this information to him. Here, take these runes. They should help you to return to Varrock faster. Handful of runes. Very well, I'll be on my way, likewise. And kablamo. Woo! Very helpful. I like it when people give me free runes. You see, those are the kind of that's the time when you realize that there's a good author behind this Jagex quest. Somebody in Jagex's team is particularly nice to the players and understands that the last thing we want to do is just wander around all freaking day. So they give us shortcuts. I mean, come on. I respect that. And I applaud it, and I wish more people would do it. Hey, King Roald! Let's talk about Mauritania. Hello, Roald. I must speak to you on a matter of grave importance. Certainly. What seems to be the problem? I am witness to a great many terrible things happening in Mauritania, some of which could be happening in Mistalin before long. That sounds pretty grave. Please go on. I have for some time now been helping a collection of brave freedom fighters, the Myreque, fight against the darkness of Mauritania. The land is controlled by a dark, merciless overlord known as Draken. He and his vampiric kin... Oh my gosh, we're gonna go through an entire exposition thing, aren't we? Okay. He and his vampiric kin farm humans for their blood. People, my lord, men and women, like your own loyal subjects, who live such pitiful and desolate lives that death is welcome and end for them. That sounds shocking. Awful. Yes, of course, we must do something. I would beg my lord not to give in so easily to his very compassionate nature. We know not if these people are loyal Saradomin supporters, my liege. Oh, yes. We need to consider that as well. You're right, of course. Aeonisig? 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 Ada Pig. No, that doesn't work. Aeonisig. Do you know if these people follow Saradomin? Sire, I'm not certain, but surely this isn't an issue. They are in dire need. As are many, my young friend. Is the king meant to leave Mistalin unguarded on the whim of some errant adventurer? But you don't understand. I also need to tell you that I have been seeing beasts from Mauritania roaming around Mistalin. I'm almost certain they were werewolves. I saw them west of the River Salve, beyond the grounds of the temple, Patadomus. I dare say you gave fight and slaughtered the foul beasts where they stood. I'm sad to say that I did not. I had no chance, sire. I was knocked unconscious before I could properly react. Please, sir, Mistalin must come to the aid of the people of Mauritania. The Myreque cannot fight this battle against the vampires by themselves. Yes, I will ready my army and prepare to enter Mauritania via Patadomus. Mauritania has far too long threatened the borders of Mistalin. My lord, this course of action will lead to very severe consequences. Your interference in Mauritania will likely upset the balance and could send the world into another cataclysmic god war. But Draken has invaded Mistalin. I must respond. There is no proof that Draken has invaded Mistalin, my lord. Yes, there is. I saw with my own eyes. Being knocked out by agents unknown does not constitute evidence. In fact, it's something that the most inexperienced of local folk could accomplish. But I can't just stand here and do nothing, Aeon-Snig. I must try to help where I can. I am afraid with the Guthixian edicts regarding religious balance, there is little else we could do. Of course, there are measures we can start to take which might have an influence on that. Well, speak up, man. We haven't got all day. Lack of comma. The Guthixian edicts govern spiritual balance, sire. Perhaps these need closer study. In addition, we need to consider a reduction in the Guthixian influence if we are forced to endure in our religious affairs. But that will take ages. We need to act now. As you say, sire, it will take some time. We now pay the price for our lack of foresight in letting the Guthixian edicts restrict the might of Saradomin's will. Yes, but we can start to make amends for that now, can't we? Yes, sire. There are some papers to sign, but essentially we can start work on this right away. Signing papers? Is that the sum total of the aid that Mistalin can provide to Mauritania? Hold your disrespectful tongue. How dare you address the king in that way? We should throw you in the stocks. I am sorry, but Aeonisig is my advisor, and what he says, while it pains me, is the truth. However, I will enact a mercenary protocol. This will allow all able-bodied men to fight in the defense of Mistalin for glory and spoils. You will find that many sword arms from Mistalin should soon join the resistance force. In the meantime, we will look into the Guthixian edicts and find a way to rid ourselves of Draken for good. What should I do now? That is for you to decide, but, that's exactly what the Glader said in Myreque. That is for you to decide. Same thing! You guys are brothers. You don't even know it. But I would assume that you wish to report back to your comrades in Mauritania. If they're relying on support from Mistalin, you may need to let them know it may take some time before that happens. So I came all this way for nothing. It is nothing to have an audience with the king. Your lack of respect astonishes me. How you have survived so long with such disgraceful manners is nothing short of a miracle. Sorry, sire, I just hoped for so much more. Well then, I must try to do something to satisfy you. I will have my advisor, Aeon-Snig, teleport you... God dang it. Aeonisig? Whatever. Gosh, your parents hated you, didn't they? Your last name was just as bad. Aeonisig Racefer. Aeonisig Racefer. Gosh, dang. You must have been made fun of in school so bad. Okay, I'll have my advisor Aeonisig teleport you to Patadomus in order that you may more quickly on your way. Will you accept my offer? Yes, thanks. I'll accept a free teleport. Very good. My advisor, Aeonisig, will teleport you back. The best of luck to you. Prepare yourself for teleport. Whee! Oh my gosh, I left behind my lower half! It's alright. Off to Patadomus. So, Drezel, bad news. Pretty much nothing happened, because Guthixian edicts, whatever the heck those are, Actually, I think this may be one of the first times in the game that the Gathixian edicts are actually mentioned. Kind of an important point to the lore of the story. Kind of important. Drezel, I have returned from Verok with bad news. King Roald isn't able to send troops for our fight against the Drakens. Apparently some Gathixian edicts need to be scrutinized in more detail, or else the balance will be affected?
Oh dear. Yes, of course, the Gathixian edicts which govern the balance of power within these realms must be taken into consideration. I learned something about them during my training. I can certainly understand that if Saradomin's power were to substantially increase, the Drakens would waste no time in calling on their dark brethren from other realms.
Can you explain a little about the Gathixian edicts?
Well, only a little. Guthix is merely a nature god of some average power, nothing really compared to Saradomin.
False!
However, his followers, the Druids of Taverley, and other creatures located around the world, believe him to lie in slumber. They also believe that Guthix made the world, and according to their history, Guthix was said to have evicted the remaining gods from the world during the God Wars, and banished or destroyed any powerful entity aligned to a god, leaving only mortals here. Of course, the Church of Saradomin is highly skeptical of all this.
So the world belongs to Guthix, then?
Of course not. But that's what the Guthix followers believe. There are aspects of other gods which people in the world admire and wish to venerate. According to Gathixian followers, when all the gods were banished, a sort of religious balance was created, which needs to be maintained. The followers of Guthix have said that if a second war of the gods were to begin, Guthix would be so angry that he would remake the world, destroying civilization as we know it. Again, both Saradominists and Zamorakian beliefs differ on this point.
That seems a bit unfair. Doesn't he care for people? I thought Guthix was meant to be a good god.
He's a god of nature and hates to see imbalance. So even though there is evil in the world, Guthix sees it as necessary in order to keep the balance. The tolerance of evil by good keeps the powers of good and of law in check, and vice versa.
So how does that relate to the edicts?
Most leaders in the world rely on some sort of, indeed much of, the advice of their spiritual advisors, and the edicts forbid any action that might lead to an imbalance of power. All spiritual teachings follow the concept of balance in some form or other, though some followers of Saradomin and Zamorak think that the concept of balance stipulated by Guthix's followers might be different to what Guthix will act on.
What should I do now?
The Myreque will need to know all that you have experienced so far. I'm sure they will be grateful. If you have the stomach for it, I'm sure Veliath would gladly accept your further assistance. I, for one, am grateful for your efforts. Recently, I have noticed that more people are making their way to Patadomis through Mauritania and into Misthalin. Is that anything to do with you, I wonder?
Well, that's supposed to be relating to the temple trekking, but, I haven't actually done, any of that aside from... Why are you asking me this? Seriously? Aside from Ivan, I haven't had to do any temple trekking, and I don't really anticipate changing that. Alright, I'm gonna meet you guys at Berderat. Okay, Veliath, we have some information for you. Oh, well, there we go. Here we go, well met once again. Again with the well met. I never say that in real life, but apparently here I do. Hello, Pravus. It's good to see you again. King Roald cannot send troops. I have talked to him at great length and have been unable to persuade him to send troops. While talking with him, his Saradominus advisor kept interrupting. He cited Gathixian edicts as a reason for not sending aid. How does this prevent Roald from sending troops? Roald is concerned that sending troops down to Mauritania might propagate another war between the gods. If he sends troops, Draken might call for Zamorakian followers from another realm. It could escalate, but the Church of Saradomin is looking into it now. I know you are only a messenger, but you do bear bitter news. There has long been a desire by the Saradominists to see Gathixian power eroded away. I am not so well versed with such dealings, but it smells like politics to me. Roald did agree to enact a mercenary protocol. He thought some brave souls from Mistlin might heed this call to arms and take up their swords in the name of the resistance. Roald said it was for the best he could offer at the moment without contravening the Gothixian edicts. And I was also attacked near Patadomus. Yes, I heard about it. How did you hear about that?
Were you involved? Are you trying to get me assassinated?
Nah, I'm just being paranoid, it's fine. Terrible business must have left you really shaken up. What should I do now? There has to be someone else we can turn to. We must inform the head of the Sanguinus, the order of the Myreque, of these events. Please go as fast as you can back to the Sanguinus, the hideout, and forward this information to the leader there. Okay, thanks. Gosh dang, I have to go all the way back? That's long. Alright, well, the fastest way to do that is to actually get detected by a Firewatch, have them send you to the mines, and it's a little bit faster from there, but I don't think I need to show that on camera, so I'll just meet you guys at the Sanguinesti hideout. So much better. Alright. Let's go through here, press on the decorated wall, and open up the lumpy rug. Man, the things you can hide under a lumpy rug. I'm fortunate that it's a trap door, because it could have been a number of different other things. Also, the time on this video is flying by. Man, this is what happens when there's a lot of talking and lore. It's still a good quest, though. I like Darkness of Hallowvale. Good quest. Vertida! Mr. Whitehair. What's up? I'm saying well met again. Gosh dang it. Why? Myreque prevails. What can we do for you? I have a message from Veliath. Bad news, I'm afraid. I was sent on a mission to Mistlin to seek help from Roald. We hoped that Roald might send troops to aid us in our quest against the vampires. On the way, though, I came across some werewolves to the west of Patadomus in the River Salve. This is disastrous. Things seem to go from bad to worse. You will have to communicate this information to Safalane directly, my friend. He needs to know as soon as possible. Where is Safalane and what does he look like? He's out on a mission sketching Castle Draken. He's taken the wall route, so you'll need to do the same. There is a barricade that prevents the further travel north. It's located under the wall. You'll need to search the wall southeast of the barricade to release the lock on the door. It'll be unlocked for 2 minutes. There is a catch on the door, so you can always open it when you approach it from the north. Okay, great, that's helpful. Now, how can I recognize Safalane? He's very distinctive. It shouldn't be a problem trying to find him if you know where to look, and you've got a good set of eyes on you. What should I do now? Go scout the thingy-majingy. Okay, that's helpful. Alright. Okay, lead the way. He's gonna lead me through the ghetto. Which is convenient of all of the... wait a minute. Where am I trying to go? Do I want to jump across here? Climb down? Let's try climbing down. There's a way under the wall, is what he was saying, yes? This way under the wall? There's a little red icon. Oops. I should probably open... Oh my gosh, I'm trapped inside with a Firewatch! Does not bode especially well for me, I admit. It's okay, though. I think we just climb over the wall thing we had last time, yes? Don't notice me. Don't notice me. I'm not important. I'm not important. Okay. If I climb up this wooden wall, I think I can jump across this, yes? Or something? Climb up the floor? I don't think I can walk up there. That doesn't make sense. Let's see. Can I go up this direction? Sure enough, I can. There we go. There we go. Look at us. Look at us. We're navigating through the wall of evil vampire fortressy places. Why am I going this far? I don't really know. Let's try climbing down this ladder. There's a barricade, he said. Well, we can open the barricade. Try to open it, but it seems to be stuck. It said something about nearby rocks. Nearby rocks. Nearby rocks. Do you see? I see. Look at rocky surface. Search. Mechanical click. Open barricade. Now, barricade, barricade, barricade. He's a barricade. Barracuda! Oh, barracuda. Yeah, it's a little heart. Yeah. Classic rock. I only know that because, you know, I played Guitar Hero once upon a time. Not anymore, but I did. I did. A lot. It was fun. And I learned a lot of classic songs. I think I'm still going north, right? Is that right? I guess I'm climbing up? And then down. I mean, this path exists, so it has to matter, right? Gosh, dang. This is a long, stinking way to go. Hey, a woman! Is it a woman? Or is it just a particularly wimpy-looking Virvatch? It's possible, but for some reason that looks like a woman to me. Nope, it's not. It's the same as all the others. Total sausage fest going on here. But, whatever. Vampire sausage fest, blood sausage. They probably like blood sausage the best, don't you think? That's a terrible joke. Horribibble. Where the heck are we now? Oh my gag. This is some pretty awesome Transylvania-looking stuff. I love it. There is Safalane. Alright, but unfortunately I'm out of time, which means we are going to have to finish this off tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Pravus with RuneScape 3. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And next time, we will try to finish this quest off. We've got to gather a little bit of intelligence and see if we can't find something that's going to aid the Myreque. We'll see how that works out. This guy also, by the way, freakishly tall. Yeah, we'll leave you at that. Bye!
Yeah.